Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Friday stream. Here we go, Ostriv. It is winter time, although most of us are not fortunate enough that it's winter. It is actually real-time summer. It is like 23 degrees or something outside right now, but it's a bit humid, so I don't like it much. But, you know, it's better than 30 or 34 or whatever. So I'm happy. And hello, Kevin. Hello, Roadhog. Hello, Gordon. Nice to see you all. I see it's 27 at Kevin's, 25 at Roadhog's. I bet he's not wearing his tank top, because otherwise the temperature will rise at Roadhog's place. And Gordon, 19. Ooh, I'm jealous now. That's the temperature I want. And of course it's time for Ostriv. It's been 2 weeks ago since we played this, so it's high time. And well, this is our town from above. We can see the snow is falling. I believe that's even a Christmas song, but we're not going to get into Christmas songs now. It's still the last day of July, which is a bit early for Christmas. Although I bet if I go outside and go to a store, I would probably already find kruidnoten here, which is something that we eat around Sinterklaas, which is the 5th of December. But there's a good chance that kind of stuff will already be in stores, of course, because, you know, if there's money to be made, people will do anything. Oops, I was trying to get the view right on my screen here. Yep, there we go. So, hope all is well, and that you all had a good day, as we are going to get started on expanding the town again. I have to get the hang of it a bit, because of course I have all these different towns that I play with, either for recordings or on live streams, and oh well. We have plenty of iron ore, and yep, these are all filled too, but we just have to wait for winter to be over. So they're not going to do much with this, except that we might just build an extra smelter. Yeah, we can build an extra smelter here. Why not? Let's get one extra. Can we do a second one so that we just build a ton? No, it's occupied. Okay. Well, that's okay. Let's make sure it has everything so it gets its own charcoal for a little bit. Not too much, just a bit. Although, you know, doing 2 might not be bad. So let's do 2 charcoal pits here. And it also needs its own storage then in order to store the iron ore out here. And be ready for that. So let's give it that too. That can also keep the guys busy here for all the building. And of course it also needs transportation. I've learned one thing from my transport town is that building a lot of carts and stuff actually really works. So trying to continue with that. Got myself the Glenn Miller movie. Watched it yesterday evening. What's the Glenn Miller movie? I have no clue. We have advent calendars in my local supermarket already. Oh, wow. Advent calendars. Oh, my. I think we're going to live through the day that they'll actually just be... That stuff will be just year-round in stores. Like, you can get all Christmas stuff all year-round and stuff like that. It's... getting crazier and crazier. Hello, the Seth Simmer. Welcome in. How are you doing? Good to see you. Hope everyone has been well. Yep, I have. Hope you too. What have you been doing today? Today, there were plans for wifey and little one to go to the beach, but tomorrow will be a nicer day, so they're gonna go tomorrow. And actually, a friend of little one's was home today, and most of them are on holiday now. So they played a lot outside. They even went to the stores, got some new shoes for little one and all, and had lunch in town. So they had a great time, which is good. And yeah, nothing bad from that. So hopefully tomorrow they'll have a nice day on the beach. I have to do a funeral tomorrow, so I won't be there. But yeah, all is fine here. Hello, Cooper. Good to see you. How are you doing? How is Bill, Bull, and Fluffy? Still mad because you robbed him from his pride? Or did he get over it? Did he grow some stones now? Doing well, thanks. Finally got a chance to catch you stream again. Nice, nice. Well, wifey has been streaming a bit too, so could also be that you came in and then, you know, I wasn't there, but it was wifey. These need carts, but that's okay. Our Cartwright, we should have 2, yeah. And they both have nothing ordered, meaning that they have their stuff cut out for them, and this one should be repaired very soon. Oh, it's actually repaired by now. Good. Posted more coin photos on Discord. Ah, I have to check the Discord. I haven't been much on my computer today. Actually, almost none. So, I didn't check anything, actually. I'm also been, you know, taking some time off every now and then when I can and do stuff around the house and other things. Of course, not in the heat, but I also had to do a few funerals. So, yeah, I haven't been very busy on the computer lately. But I'm happy to be streaming now, which is good. So I will check those coin photos later today or tomorrow, Gordon. Very nice. You got some very nice and old ones. Very cool. Been working late most nights, so I even missed wifey streams. Ah, working late. So working 9 to 5 is not your thing then. Oh well. You know. We need people that work late so that I can just work normal hours. And of course we have to not forget about this part of town, because we are going to need to expand this if we want to grow this area. And I want to grow this area. We were busy with 3-story houses. So let's see if we can continue these 3-story houses. Can we continue them? Well, we should. Kind of looks like we need to go a little bit more like this to have it straight. So let's go like this. There we go. That is one more. And then we'll do one on this side too. Probably one with a store, because you can never have enough stores. I know that. And because of the terrain, I think we have to adjust how they go a little bit. But we'll figure it out. No, not that wide. Just like this. There we go. And then, yes, okay, that should work. This is not a town where I've done soap, right? Yeah, okay, so we have no soap yet. Something to work towards, but that's good. Ah, we did build the asheries last time. We now have one for each, but the problem is that's usually not working in the end. I've been trying around a bit. It works in some aspect that as soon as you fill up the potash, then you will start to fill up on lye, and then you will start to fill up on ash. But sometimes it's just work best if you just set them to make everything at one place. So I'm kind of going to do that. We'll just let them run it and then see how much we get out of it. Hopefully good amounts, but we'll see. And then later on we can make soap. Do we have tallow? We should have tallow from all the slaughtering. Yeah, we have 30,000 tallow. So we should be able to make some soap. And we can do that right here, of course. That should actually be... This is just fisheries, so we don't need to do anything with the fisheries. So if we just build the soapworks right here... And make sure that the soapworks has carts available to it... We also generate an extra job in this area, which will just be good. Sorting silver tree pens and brass tree pens will post when done. Ah. So are you, like right now, working through your collection, sorting things out because you haven't done that yet? Or did you also buy new coins lately then? Or how does that work? And do you like go to... Like you have these Pokemon trade card things where you go to and then you can buy cards. Do you have that for coins too and go there? I made one of the biggest mistakes in this game. I set the labor wages higher than the working class, so naturally everyone left their jobs. Well, as you can see, my labor wage is higher than the worker job wage. But slightly higher. Because I do want a lot of laborers to do all the carrying around, but it shouldn't be too big. But actually, if you make it a little bit higher, people are more inclined to do labor jobs, which I sometimes find more helpful than actually doing their regular job. Plus, of course, it helps a lot if you have just way too many people on your hands. And usually I have 115 women looking for a job. So that should not really be a problem. I can probably do this to all the granaries and this to all the... storehouses, and that should lower the amount a little bit. Yet now I have 44 women looking for a job, so we all of a sudden gave a bunch a job. But yeah, it is It can work out. But yeah, you should not make the difference too high between those two. Alright, let's sell some extra shoes. Let's sell some extra charcoal. Yeah, we can sell some clothing. Sunflower oil, yes, of course. Let's sell sunflower oil. Both auction houses, coin fairs. Oh, cool. Cool. And are there like a lot of those? Because I remember when I was young, people were still like collecting stamps and all. But now you never hear anybody collecting stamps. Plus, you know, there's not a lot being sent around anymore. Especially not with cute stamps. And stamps are now really expensive. So that's not really a thing anymore, I guess. I guess with coins that's different because there's still coins around. So that might be, well, not easier, but that might be a thing that will, you know, be around for longer, I guess. Let's do apply to all and apply to all so that these get people in and can start to make sure that they have all the stuff that they need. Let's give it a cart. Now this can hold up to 10,000 iron ore. So what we can simply do is tell my horse wagons to take like 9,000 so we don't overdo it. Take it over here and fill it up so that we get to store some iron ore in here. That might be good. Nowadays people be collecting YouTube plugs. Well, my collection is still empty, so it didn't work out well. I don't know, when do you get one? Like, when do you get the first one? Probably at like 100,000 or something? Still need to improve my trees. Been doing a lot of deforestation at the town, so I have to reforestate as well, of course. Yeah, this is all done, so that's good. Oh, here we still have a little open area where we have to plant a few more trees. $100K. Ah, yeah. Well, I'm getting very close. I don't care about the pluck. It's just fun. Doing a bit of streaming and all. Now, we did work here last time. Yeah, we built houses here. We also have these guys now working. We have this farm up and running, which is nice. Hopefully it'll provide us enough food. But we're probably going to need more. The thing is, we already have 1,200 people. So we basically have most of the jobs. We have foresters, tanners. So this all we have. This all we have. This we have. This we have. All we need is the glassworks, the potter. That's about 2 industries we don't have yet. We're building a soapworks now. We have all of this. I don't think we have a distiller yet. And no pigs yet. Do we have Oh, and chickens. Okay, so we can also do chickens still. Okay, so there's still a few things we can do. But other than that, most things we have. So it's just about expanding the town and keeping it balanced, which is already, you know, a task on its own. Modern coins you can find in your change. Yeah, that's true, that's true. I do believe like every, I don't know, 10, 20 years, coins get renewed and all. Sometimes they make them out of other materials. You know, you get new figureheads or whatever on it. So I guess there's still a lot to be collected still. And of course it also depends probably on like, do you also have like a foreign collection of coins? So that you have, you know, a set of Dutch coins, a set of German coins, whatever. Of course now it's all euros, but back in the day there were still different coins, of course, for every country. Do you also have like foreign kind of coins? I think I had an uncle or something that had stamps, and then he had like stamps from our country, but also from different countries, and he had albums from per country sometimes, because then you had a lot from a certain country and all, and I collect women. My collection didn't cost me a dime so far. Well, you know, you have to support your own feminine side, which is probably costly, so, you know. I mean, all those cute tank tops and all that you have, it's also money. Just UK coins. Oh, okay. I believe last time you told me something about like, the oldest one you had was like from 17 something? Chicken, horse wagon and horilka need some extra production of wheat. Not talking about if you also have pigs. Yeah, but usually, I mean, I have a town of 1,200, so there's at least 300 pigs living in this town. So, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bother with getting actual pigs. Ooh, let's sell some goodies. More money to be made. How much iron do I have? 300 only. Oh, we have to get to the end of winter. Hopefully then, though, this one can really... See, this is really filling up. That's great. They're loading it up as well. This one is probably... No, they're not really loading it right now. They just loaded halfway. Okay. But this one is now really good stuff. These are ready. So these can get to work as well after the winter is over. So, yeah, that's good. I clearly haven't collected the gold ones. 1838 Victoria. Cool. Don't you like also have like coins from when the Vikings were in Britain and when like the Romans were there? I guess they can also be found around parts of the country, I guess. Gold diggers. It's too late, please. You can use as much as you want. They don't eat extra wheat. No, but they drink all my beer, so you know I have to make beer for them that needs barley, so it's also like a kind of wheat. Well, I guess if you find a gold one, you can sell it at your local pawn shop, because you know the gold price is pretty good at the moment. They seem to offer coins from the mint constantly in TV ads. Are they any good? We have been in the Netherlands. There's also a lot of times there will be ads on television, like there's been a special coin made to commemorate this or to commemorate that, and you can get it for free. You just have to sign up for it, and then they'll send it to your house and stuff like that. But usually those are scams. So when you sign up for it, somewhere in the small number, in small letters, or even it's completely hidden, you subscribe to something, and you'll just get, you know, very high prices for transportation or for sending it to you, and all of a sudden you subscribed to getting coins every month for a very high price. So usually those are kind of scams, and you should probably not get into them. At least that's what I know about that stuff in the Netherlands. I don't know about other countries, of course. We get new coins every 5 years. Same design, just different pictures on it. Ah. Well, we have had the same euros since they came into the market, I believe. Probably some minor security changes, but that's probably it. But now there's a contest, actually, where you can... artists and stuff could make new designs. And you can now vote on it, which design should actually be on the new coins. So... at least out here you have the option to have a say in what's it gonna be. place is occupied. Yeah, there's something in there that this warehouse is slightly in the way. We can just leave this open then and put a few wells in the little park there. That could work. Just there's so much uneven terrain on this map at the moment. Can I use pretty big building to solve that? Maybe. Oh, really though? Nah. Any gold or silver coins? Ooh, I'm not that rich. So do you like often go to fairs and all, Gordon, or is it just every now and then, not too often? You're getting new Euro notes. Yeah, that's true. We get new notes with new pictures on it. Yeah, I don't do coins. I only do notes. So, no, just joking. Uneven terrain. Yes, of course. Uneven terrain. Out of bounds. So there's no way we can build another one right here. Can we do one over here? Oh, we could do one over there. Maybe somewhere here. Nope, not available. Well, you know, at least they're starting now. So let's see if we can boost the iron a bit. We are down to 100. Which is 100 in storage. Which should mean that all of my smithies still have almost 500 in there. See? So they're all good. They're all stocked for a while. New family settling in town. Oh, we built the first row house of the day already. Good. And we're now building the soap works. So finally, my people can get clean. That'll be nice. How are these guys doing? Well, they're not chopping any new trees. So they're not ready. These are ready. Okay, mostly ready. So let's cut these. At least they can start over there. These guys should be busy, but they're also not really bringing in a lot of wood. Why is the wood turned off? We need wood. Come on. Alright, well, let's see, because these are now busy too. These are busy, but not too busy. Can we use a few extra hands here? Okay. Well, at least everything is busy now. We should be good for some more wood soon. But we're out of wood at the moment almost, so we do need some extra. Twice a year I go to coin and stamp fair. Ah, nice, nice. And then you sell and buy, or only buy? I'm making a mess here, by the way. I took a sip from my coffee and now I'm spilling it. Which is, of course, a very bad sin to spill your coffee. So I'm fixing it right away. Which is why you don't see the screen moving, because I'm fixing my coffee here. I'm home alone at the moment. Wifey and little one are doing some grocery shopping. Then I should be back soon. And we get a message in from Mirefa. Let's see, we can sell them some lime. And we have plenty, so let's sell lime. We have only a little bit of sunflower oil, but we can still sell it. And of course, let's sell some salt. The York Coin Fair. Cool. Just buy. Ah, okay, cool. Let's see. Well, the farms are busy. Oh, we have sheep and horses, of course, or cows. Maybe it's time to get slaughtering. Yes, it is. Let's pause for a second so I don't misclick, because it happens a lot when you do slaughtering, and then all of a sudden, once is out to be slaughtered, the screen will reset to the top, and then you misclick, and all of a sudden they're slaughtering a sheep. And that's something that you don't want, because the sheep are the ones that give the right milk that we actually want to use for making cheese. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep those. Just want to get rid of the rams. Well, by the time they slaughter this one, that 9-month-old will be of age. So we can continue there. Whoa, lots of rammies. Yeah, this is all good. Let's continue. And then we go to the cows here. We have the same here. Well, this one isn't ready yet. This one doesn't have any bulls to be slaughtered. We can slaughter one bull here, that's fine. And that's it. Oh, the cows we didn't have to do. Soapworks is up. Now that is interesting. Let's see. Let's set it up properly. Tallow, lye, and firewood. Okay, that's good. Let's hire some people in here and let's start making soap. You can hire ladies, so we should probably tell it to only then hire ladies. That might be good. And that needs also to lead to us storing soap somewhere, which can be right here. That's not a problem. And then should also tell my people to start selling it. Now, don't go too enthusiastic about the soap because you will run out relatively quickly. So, soap is not made in great numbers usually. So you probably don't need to set it up for a lot of places because you simply will not get enough soap for that. So let's do apply to all and apply to all. Should we sell some other stuff here? I don't know. Let's sell the basics so that we know that we have plenty of everything. Potatoes. Do we have flour in abundance? We have no flour. Do we have dried fish? We have no dried fish. What do we have? Anything we might sell here? Dried fruit, of course. Dried fruit. Where's my dried fruit? Here. There we go. Any spare coins I swap with friends? Ah, nice. So do you have like communities and all where you have friends and you just talk about your coins and trade them amongst each other and stuff like that? Are there any you wish you had? James the First silver 6 pence. Ooh. From what year is that? I'm laying cobblestones in fully built out town on map 3. 3k plus people. See if Patmos want to show it when I'm done sometime around Christmas. Of course! If you have your town done, just send a save file and I'll show it. We can see what a fully cobblestone country looks like. I mean, this is what a spaghetti town looks like. It's almost like big railroad tracks going everywhere, but this is a spaghetti town. We have lots of spaghetti roads. Now, at least in the main town it starts to look kind of normal. Then the next row house is almost ready. All stuff is in, that's the good news. Ooh, the tallow is in, but it is in very short supply. And we do have ash now. We have some potash. We don't have any. Oh, we do have some lye. Should probably turn potash off in 2 of these so that they will make lye, but no potash. This one can make also the potash. From the time Britain meant something in the world. When was that? James II, silver 6 pence, 450 pounds, 1868. Wow. Okay. And is it something that you can actually get still, or are there just so few around and they're all... You have to get like really lucky to be able to get one. 1686. Oh, wow. So what is the oldest English coin that is somewhere, I guess, in a museum or something like that? So is there like a coin from the time of King Alfred and King Ethelred and stuff like that? Are there coins from that time? That time was about the same time as the Flying Dutch. Okay, let's set this one up for the basics. And clothing. No, not clothing. We'll do some specials. Salt, cheese, probably shoes because we have a lot of ladies in town. Most of them are also without a job, so they'll probably go out buy shoes. So we'll sell them some extra shoes. And then, ooh, earthenware. That's also something that we could get. So I don't think we can make it yet. Sunflower oil. That's also something we can sell. Pottery, yeah, that's where we can make earthenware. But we need to import the glaze, but then we can also clay, glaze, and fuel. So we could also invest in pottery, probably. Let's make another card if the clicking works. Yep, there it goes. Messenger from Balaklia. Ooh, we're running a little bit short on clothing, so I'm not going to bother with that. Probably need to buy some hemp and stuff like that. Maybe also some wheat extra for flour. Yep, probably. Are the medieval Roman coins collectible? I guess most of those will probably be like in musea and all. Lucky to find them. Also a 1933 penny, only one minted. Yes, there is older coins. Ah, okay. So do you also have laws in England? Like, I believe in the Netherlands, I don't know the exact depth, but like if you find something outside on the street, you can usually keep it, or you just, you know, you go to the police station to tell them you find something. If nobody comes to claim it, then it's yours. But I believe something like as soon as it's like deeper into the ground than like 50 centimeters or something, it automatically belongs to the state. So you cannot just go dig up some old Roman treasure that's like 2 meters deep, because then it doesn't belong to you, but it actually belongs to the state. So it's no use going out with your metal detector and start finding stuff deep in the ground, because you won't be able to keep it anyways. Do you have like laws like that too, or is it just finders keepers? Another rare coin is a 1932 silver half crown. Okay. We have a village house completed. We started another circle here, and they're actually making them good, so that's nice. I want to keep this room for another circle of houses. But we do have some more room out here, and I'm not going to move all these industries, I think, to make this bigger. We'll probably just start a new ring. Maybe we can do... Alright, let me give you an idea. What if we do another big ring town out here? We can probably build a very big one out in this area. Here's the border. So if we start one out here and we start making nice rings, we can build some farms here. We can do some other stuff. So this could be a nice area to build another big ring town. So let me know, is that something that you all would enjoy if we do that? Of course, we're still continuing the big square here. So let me just put in the corner house. Yes, this should be the corner house. Here we go. That's one more corner house, and then we'll do it to this side too. And then this area really starts to take shape, because now we're almost at the point where we can close it off at some point. If there is a load of coins, it becomes treasure trove and the state gets their cut. Old coins, it's yours. Ah, okay. I think metal detectors need landowner permission. Ah, okay. But if you have that permission and you find something, just a few or whatever, then you can just keep it. Cool. And does it only go for private property then, or also for like city property? Like if you go to the beach, then it's not really anybody, so you can just go there and use your metal detector. Or do you also have to get like a license or permission from whatever city or municipality it's from. We have some houses with no food. Ooh, this one doesn't have any potatoes. Do we still have potatoes? Are we out? We're out of potatoes. Oops. So let's check the food for the last years. We have been doing very good on production, but yeah, the stores are really emptying out quickly. Now we still have to get the harvest in. And I believe we just got the extra farm built, so that should work out. Hopefully this year that we get a lot of extra stuff in. But yeah, that might be a problem. So we might have to invest in, yet again, another farm. That's the whole thing with a town like this, of course. That if you have no garden houses, it can get quite tough. And all of a sudden we run into food issues. Now, they might be gone in 2 months, but I don't know. Some share with the landowners. Ah, okay. Okay, no for the beach, I guess, then. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, food issues increase. Maybe should I buy some honey? No, we already bought flour or wheat, so they can turn it into flour. So that should fix it too. The spaghetti area set up some rest areas for people, decorated and lay down paving stones, and you'll have a nice, really nice space. I mean, you've got a knack for decorating. Yeah, we can probably do maybe a little park out here at some point. I kind of want to get the this area done first. So I want to build the next houses here so that this area is fully done. And then this could well be a big area for decoration. Although I kind of don't really want to fence it off and all, but in order to really do something with the spaghetti, we have to fence it kind of off. So that is something. Just keep your mouth shut and sell it off piece by piece. We're paying more than enough taxes. So I don't pay taxes, so I don't know about that. A friend of mine ran into some gold coins in the 80s and did it that way. Yeah, I guess there's always ways, of course, to do it different. Also, like when you find, I don't know, when you go out on the street and you find a wallet and there's like 1,000 euros in it. There's two ways. You can go to the police, give them the wallet, and then after a certain amount of time you can go in and claim it if nobody else claimed it. And usually by that time it's gone or lost, or the police lost it. And then you can say bye to your money. So the best way to go with that is to go tell them that you found it but never give it to them, and just hand out your personal information, and if the one that owns it comes in and claims it, then they can come pick it up at your place. And then if nobody comes, you are assured that you get the price. So yeah, there's different ways, I guess, to handle these kind of things. You have to be careful, though. They reckon there are still about 2,000 unexplored World War II bombs around in the UK. Well, you know, with all the helicopter parents and all nowadays, we have to take some risks every now and then to teach the kids. So maybe we should give all the kids metal detectors and send them out, and then, you know, it's good for them. You need to take some risks to learn. That's why their brain is wired at teenagers to all take all the risks and not see all the consequences, so that they actually do take risks and evolve and get better. So maybe we have to encourage that a bit. And it's a very cheap way to get rid of all those old bombs, so. Well, we do have a little food issue by the looks of it. Put the money in your pocket and bring the wallet to the police would be my method. Yeah, but that's not the honest method. So I'm all fine with, you know, going to the police, telling them I found it, and if somebody comes in and claim it, they can come to me and I'll give them all the money back. That's all fine to me. But I do want my prize if nobody claims it. And if you actually bring everything to the police, then there's a good chance you won't be able to get your prize. So that's the way I do it. I will still be honest, but I also ensure that I get my prize if nobody comes in. So, you know, and if I just keep the money, that's basically stealing, and I don't like that. At least for me, that is. That everybody can have their own thoughts on it. But for me, that wouldn't feel right. So I wouldn't do that. The town is getting hungry. Family's out of food. Well, then you should have been earlier to the market to buy some food, which is weird because we should still have some food. Yeah, we still have a little bit of flour. Are we also out of dried fruits all of a sudden? Everything is... Did something change lately? Because there was a very small update yesterday or today. And now all of a sudden my town is in big problems. Ah, we were already out of dried fruits for a while too. 1, 2, 3, 4 orchards, and they're not able to feed the whole population. Well, next month they should start to bear fruit again, so we can go with that. But we might just invest in some extra orchards too then. Where would they go? Well, we're going to build another circular town. They shouldn't go there. Could go over here, maybe. Nah. I don't know. Oh, we could maybe do them over here. This would be a nice area for them. Let's see if we can build some orchards. These are, of course, for the future. Which means that even if we build them now, it will still take 2 years for these all to bear fruit. But at least it's a start, so we'll get somewhere. Somewhere. That's what happens if you marry people. You start singing and then your wife takes over. This happens with a lot of stuff, except for when you're cleaning. Then they never take over. So, it's weird. It's a woman thing, I guess. Wifey is over the rainbow. I don't know. Probably not yet. I already looked up if Musk was planning any trips to get over the moon, but nope, couldn't subscribe her yet, so not gonna happen. She's also not over the moon. Do I see the food problem has arrived? Yep, all of a sudden it arrived, but I think it's linked to, I don't know, me messing up. But hey, there we go. There are some apples being produced right now, so that's the first bit of solving the food issue. And of course, once food issues arise, people will start to leave and the problem will fix itself. Probably just have to import some food soon and get my thing straight. So here's the messenger from Merefa. Let's just buy some honey. So we sell some honey. Let's buy some hemp. Yeah, we have nothing to sell here. Let's sell some honey here then, as soon as the trader comes in. Oh boy. We have... Houston, we have a problem. Add more potato and buckwheat fields and import salo. Yeah, we'll get to it, one step at a time. We just built this whole new farm last time, so as soon as they start to harvest this, we should already be probably good, pretty good. It's probably a minor issue, not too big, I hope. And you know, we still have 3,000 beer, so if they're all hungry, they should just start drinking beer. There's plenty of calories in it, so they don't need anything else anymore. So, you know, what are they talking about? Just go drink beer. What's with the fuzz? We also don't have buckwheat yet. What if we change this one for mutton? We did do a lot of sheeps lately. Do we have some mutton to spare? Nope. Okay. I miss wifey starving dead cow. Those were the good old days. I mean, last week. Last week. 2 days ago, probably. Yeah. Row house, corner house. Yay, we're importing more families. New family sorting is coming to town. Yay. Welcome to the town without food. Enjoy yourself. Family's moving out. Woohoo! The barber surgeon moved out. Couldn't find enough food. So now we're out of food, and now the people can also not get healed when they're sick. Oh no. Should provide me with enough time to build an extra farm though, now that we have this issue. We have plenty of people out here, so probably if we build a farm up the hill here somewhere, and then, you know, put down a few extra fields, we should be okay. Now this is the top of the map, so I should probably first put out a few fields so that we can see how much space we're actually going to need. $30 meters, okay, let's go down. Too long and out of bounds. I know, but if I rotate it, it's no longer out of bounds. Okay, that's where our field goes. So then if we build the farm somewhere here, we can. But, oh, yeah, here we can. Okay. Can I also go like this? Yes. Alright, so, oh, yeah, here we go. There we go. That's the farm. Then let's see if we can build a few extra fields now. We have one here. Is this the corner? Yes. Okay, so let's go this way. All the way up. And then like this. Yep. They just need to cut a lot of trees for both of these, but we'll get to that. Message from Derkachi. Ooh, flour. Yep, let's buy some flour. Ooh, and some dried fish. And potatoes. Alright, we're saved probably. Let's sell some goods. Yeah, we'll sell some goods as well. There we go. Okay, once that trader comes in, we should be all good. Let's see. 1, 2. Then another field on this side too, so that we get to 3. And then I think I'm just going to wait for the farm to be actually built before we plan the other field, so that we have a clear view of where that farm is. This one should already be planted in now. Apple tree, please. I wonder if we can have people in here, though, because we have no people living in this area. That might be an issue. Oh, there's one. Right, we're getting dried fruit in now. So there is food on the market, it's just that the variety is probably not right yet. Although we have some cheese here, we have dried fruit now. We have some fish, we have salt, we have some mutton. Well, we'll see, we'll see. Disassemble my old keyboard this afternoon. There was at least half a pound of tobacco and road dog in it. So it was time for it. Maybe I give away for someone who can use it. Ah, cool. Top end stuff. Oh, I just have the cheap stuff that usually comes with a computer. Works though, so you know, I'm all fine with it. As long as it works, it works. I don't need too fancy stuff. Probably won't even know how to use it. Alright, so the stuff gets brought to the farmhouse. Everything is picked up. They're going to build this one soon. And then from there on out, we have the extra farm. No plot for burial again. Luckily, people don't die in this game from, like, hunger and stuff. They will just leave your town. So that's the good news. I don't have to feel bad about the people dying. I mean, the animals die from old age or from hunger and stuff, but the people don't. Right, let's get a few extra plots for burial out here. Around the church. Here's another little plot. So here's one, here's one, here's one. All the different plots. I think I do see some of these icons appear every now and then, but also some removed every now and then. So let's stay positive. 6 more days. Did some stuff arrive already? Oh, there's a lot of hemp. I think we'll see a train of wagons arrive soon. This is where they should enter. Yeah, see, this one is arrived from Merefa. This is a new family coming in, probably. Yep. Ah, there. Here comes the train. Here comes the train. Choo-choo. This is flour, fish, potatoes. Buying shoes. Alright. 3 carts with food, people. Rescues on the way. All the way from Derkachi. And of course, thank you all so much for being here. That is always my pleasure to have you all here. and, you know, to have a great time all together. At least that's what I hope. So thanks a lot for that, and I do sincerely hope you enjoy yourself. If you do, please don't forget to smash that like button. It does really help me out in the algorithms. The more people that actually like a video, the more my video will get spread around. And hopefully that is a way for me to slowly grow my channel a little bit. So if you would do that, that would be very much appreciated. And the good thing is, it's totally free. Just as watching this stream, it's totally free. Now here you can see what the elevation does to how this looks. So because of the elevation here, this looks all not straight. Well, these two fields are perfectly both the same size. 30 by 45, but because of the elevations in the terrain, it doesn't look like that. There we go. Another messenger from their Kachi. They really want my stuff. No, that's nice. Let's buy some extra flour. Nothing fancy, just fast. 0.5mm actuation point. 45 gram switches. Great for gaming. Well, the thing is, and you already know this, I am a dumbass, so I don't even know what all that means, because I've never really gotten into any of that. I touch a letter or a number on my keyboard, it works. So I don't know the difference between that and what you have, or, you know, so I have no clue. Alright, this is 30, 45, 30, 45. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3 fields, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need at least 2 more, but they should also probably be in this area. So that we get all of this done. And then let's do another one. Now these won't all be ready for next year, I can guarantee you that. Yeah, these needs to be redone because they're not good. They're not good. I want them to be kind of straight on top. Out of bounds. I get tired of out of bounds. 30 meters, okay, 30 meters. Now just move it up. Is it now 30 meters? That's the big... I can't do it because it's out of bounds. Arrgh. No, that's actually pretty good. That is actually pretty good. Alright, here we go. Another one, 30 meters. Google it. I will Google it after the stream. Bit busy right now. Yep, that's another field. This one is not in the right shape. And the same as this one, so I should probably fix that. That's why I like to use the top-down view like this, so you can actually see if you're kind of going somewhat straight or not with the field. Somewhat, you know, I'm not perfect, but yeah, somewhat straight. Alright, at least get 9 fields. Just focus them mostly on buckwheat, potatoes, and some wheat. Ah, look at that. All food issues in this part of town are almost gone. Here, most of them are gone, so ever so slow. We're fixing the issues. Although, still a family's moving out, but yeah, we should be okay. I've been trying to sell my old PC for €30 complete set up, except a screen for €30. True, sell it as a backup PC. I still own it. Think that tells the story. Well, now I'm wondering what kind of computer you're trying to sell. And thanks for the birthday wishes for today. Is it your birthday today? Oh, really? Congratulations. Happy birthday, Gordon. Nice. Did you buy yourself a nice coin for your birthday, for your collection? Happy birthday, though. I didn't know that. Alright, so 1, 2. Is this then field 3? Yeah, okay. So we can move this one to there. And then this one to there. Alright, let's set at least up the first 3 fields so that they can get started with those. And then we should probably already order some plows and oxen soon. Although they're not really getting the stuff that we need. We need a bit more than what they brought in. But there they go. They can now pick that up. Alright, we do potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes. And then out here we do buckwheat and potatoes. Then we do a fallow field. As long as it's random, it's good. So, you know, I don't want the potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes. And then here we do potatoes and buckwheat. Let's set this one up too. And here we do potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes. No, this way it will not go in the right order. Buckwheat, potatoes, and then here we do potatoes. Alright, these can all now be activated already. They will not start working until after the winter, so that's okay. They should already generate quite a bit more food as well. And then we should get some oxen. So this can be an ox. And this one can be an ox. And these 2 can be oxen. And this one too. And then we just need 1 more. And we have all the oxen we need to get the plows out here. So let's get a few plows. There we go. And then this farm should be all ready to start working at least next year. So we get extra food. Now, I do believe it's only September right now. But if we look at how much we produce, we already did produce quite a bit. But we're not there yet. So there's probably still quite a bit of harvest to come in. Or other stuff to still come in. They did process all the dried fruits, which is great. It's probably all already done. But yeah, this farm is not nearly ready. This farm's same. It's not ready to get everything out of the field. So we can actually see by the end of the year if we did produce extra food this year. I kind of hope so. If we do, we will be good for the future. If not, then we might still need more. You can always just slaughter a bunch of sheep or anything, but should probably not build too many houses for a little bit. Focus on some industries. Now, we did get the soap works, and I don't think we have any soap to spare yet. But did we already produce any soap? Apparently not. Why not? What's happening here? Why didn't we produce any soap? Ah, we're still out of lye, I guess. It's all reserved, locked internally. How can it be locked internally since we're not using it for anything? That is some weird stuff, eh? This one should be able to stock up on some ash so that it can actually keep producing lye. That's the whole thing. Ah. They're not able to stock up on ash, so they cannot really produce. Alright, now they should all be able to produce. We already got stocked up on ash, but yeah. Okay, so now you're starting to use this. They should turn into lye. And then if we don't tell them to store any lye, that should fix the problem. Probably. And only this one can store lye, but this can actually use it to turn it into potash. See, now it's all no longer marked. So yeah, we have the tallow, and now they do get the lye in, because it's no longer locked in here. So if it's in these numbers, it will be locked in for at least the first 500, if you set it to 500. And now we start making soap. Perfect, there we go. Sometimes mechanics are a little bit different than the usual stuff in the game, so you have to really check out what's going on and then fix it. Kind of managed to do that now, so that's good. I do want these to do it in a different order, like this. Now this is the closest one. It doesn't have any trees or logs laying there, so that's the good news. Since we do need a lot of trees removed here, we might as well go for an extra forester out here. Of course, we have to deal with some uneven terrain here. So we can probably just build it out here. So these can help out quickly chop all the trees here so that we can make these farm fields get to good use. And we've made 9 fields so far. We can probably do a few extra fields if we go like this. No, that's too long. 44 meters. Yes, now we go like this. 30. Alright, that's one extra field. Like this, we can easily make 3 extra fields and get a lot more food out of it. 2. So we have been working on the food quite consistently throughout the game. Always creating extra sources of food. And still, at some point, we just grew a bit too fast and didn't invest enough in extra food. And you can still run out. It's just the way it is. It's not the biggest issue. As you can see, we still have 1,295 people, which is more than what we started with. Even we have with a few families moving out, and you know, with the food issues that we had, we still managed to grow over time. So don't have to worry about it too much. We can see here in the numbers, population history. See, we're still growing each year, so we're pretty good. Messenger from Barvin Cove. Let's buy some buckwheat. Just to be sure, we have plenty of beer, so that we don't need. Probably going to order the glaze already, so that we can set up the pottery. I kind of want to get into pottery. Pottery. Pottery will be something with clay. They need clay, glaze, and fuel. I would think they would also somehow need some water or something, but apparently they don't. So yeah, this is going to be it. So we just need clay. Well, we can get a clay source probably close by if we are picking the right place. Oh, we could just do it over here probably and then get clay next to it. That's a good spot. And we can always get fuel. If we cannot get out of the uneven terrain, we should be okay. Alright, here we go. And then... yep, here we go. Let's build 2 of these. Spread them out a little bit. And then we can give them a clay pit like this. And they will need fuel. I guess they can use charcoal, because if they just state that it needs fuel, you can usually use either firewood or charcoal, and otherwise it usually specifies which you need. So just going to give them whatever they need. Then they're also going to need a few carts to manage it all. We can probably place the carts here. And then... we get into pottery and we can start to sell some earthenware. Now that won't do anything good, I believe, to the town. So it's not a necessity. It won't generate a lot of money or whatever. And I don't even think we can sell that anywhere yet. But it's just fun. Then we have another set of buildings that we didn't have before, which I think is pretty cool. And then we get closer to having every building in the game, which is already something that I would like to get. So still have to activate these 3 fields, so let's not forget that. There we go. And now we just wait for them to... yep, let's get the men in here and then see if they can chop all these trees. Hopefully they can do a good job with that. 3 to go, 9 to go, and then just a lot more. Now, this orchard is now fully sewn in, so we can take out all the ladies, because 2 years now they don't need anybody. Now we need them in here. Wonder if this one can hire too, but we'll try. You manage it with 1 pottery. If you set up a warehouse with 10k, 1 pottery will fill it up fast, and you need to work the pottery for many wares. Ah, well, I'm gonna try and see what we can do. You know, I like to do stuff big time and set it up big time. So we're just gonna get 2 potteries, you know. This is a nice area. As you know, I kind of like to build stuff up in areas, as I usually do. So I think this is cool. Can probably do it a bit like this. So we'll go over here and over here. And then, since this is pottery and it's just messy business, we give them an area like this. And then we can probably do some not straight fencing, because I think that's cool too. Usually we do everything straight, so why not try and do things a little different every now and then? And this is something that we usually don't use in terms of shapes. So let's go with this shape for now. And now all of a sudden we have created a pottery area. And all the people are walking into it, bringing all the firewood and all. I like it, I like it. I need a zip for my drink though, but I like it. Hey Vladimir, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? So this will be the pottery area. And as Cooper already states, for some businesses you really need a lot of stuff to maintain a big town. I mean, we're only at 1,200 people. We can easily get 3 or 4 times this amount of people. You probably only need 1 potter, while you need maybe 2 smithies already for a town like this to maintain it with nails and stuff and metal parts. So it differs per building. Already with 2 salt works, we didn't have that much salt in store yet. See, there's only 70 in store. So these 2 salt works are at the moment not keeping up with the demand that we have for salt. So it differs per building how many you are going to need in the game. So keep in mind of that. Now, I do love the build of this. So let's just keep our eyes on this for a little bit. All resources are there except for a few bricks. But look at this. They just make the big, like, oven or whatever it is to bake the pottery probably. And look how cool this looks. This is so fantastic. I do believe pottery needs water. Okay. Well, I haven't built pottery in a long time, so I'm just going to find out. But it didn't say in the screen that it needs it. So if we check out here, you can see pottery. It says clay, glaze, and fuel. So if it needs water, that's fine. We'll just build some platforms here. But just look at the cool build. I mean, this is so cool looking, this. Not yet beer time. We weren't even blackmail time. Ah. Apparently you need clay for the pottery. I think you could also use sand for it. Probably both. Mix it a bit, but I don't know. I'm not a clay expert. So how are you doing, Vladimir? How are things? Hope you're all okay and good. Okay, so here comes the first potter. How are we doing on the wood now? We have 30,000 wood again. Alright, that's good. That's good. No more worries there. You can see all of our row houses here, so hopefully we still have plenty of people that can straight go to work here. We did import glaze, so we should have probably arriving by boat soon. There's the buckwheat. Here's the glaze. 3,000 glaze. And then here's another 1,945. So there's glaze inbound. Let's check here. Clay, glaze, firewood, and charcoal. Well, we're going to set it up for charcoal. Let's do 2,000. So 2,000, 3,000, 3,500. And the max storage capacity is 5,000. So they can make quite a bit of stuff now. Let's get workers in. Whoa, that was quickly. Alright, let's see what they can do with this. Here we have a cart. Let's make a cart. But this one should be hooked up to this potter, so we'll have to wait for these 2 carts to come in. But they need clay, which is right here, and they need the glaze. Now, of course, we didn't build the storages yet. I forgot about the storages, so we need to build warehouses. Luckily, we left room for it by making this so big, so we can just build a warehouse here for the output. We can build a warehouse here for all the input goods, at least for the glaze, I guess. So let's make those 2 warehouses as well to properly set up this area. And then we put the glaze in here. The charcoal is there and the clay they can get right here. And then we can put all the pottery in here. Probably have to set up a few of these places to actually sell pottery. Now, this is selling mutton. It's called earthenware. If I'm correct, yep. We can also store a little bit of earthenware in here. So there we have an extra storage space for it. Like 2,500 soon. And this one can take from other warehouses. So this will be the main storage warehouse and then others can take from it. Messenger from Balaklia. Let's sell some of this. Let's not sell some clothing at the moment. We'll keep that. Ooh, can we buy... No food. Okay. Single cart parking. There's another single cart parking ready. That's this one. Let's build a cart in it and let's hook this one up to the potter. There we go. I mean, sand and clay and glaze. No, you need you need clay, glaze, and a fuel source. Either firewood or charcoal, and then you can start to make earthenwares. So the charcoal is in now, they get the clay, and now they're starting to get the first glaze, and then I think they can immediately start to produce. And then it should be good. Porridge is sent forward, so it is still a little time till it is blackmail. Ah, okay. Hot pot, whatever. This oven is called kiln. Ah. Alright, so everything is in now, so we should soon see the first bits of earthenware, I guess. Yep, there it comes. So no water needed, no sand needed, just clay, glaze, and a fuel source. And we also... Alright, let's hook this one up just to this place, can we? No, you cannot hook it up to clay pit. Okay. Well, this will just be free of use then. The only thing is, in the game yet, we cannot make our own glaze, so you always have to import it. I guess at a later point there will be more in it. I mean, there's like 32 buildings confirmed for the new update for Alpha 6, and also like 45 new resources or something like that. So yeah, there will be plenty of new stuff in. But we'll see. But I think the earthenware is already transported here now. Yep, there's some transported here. It's put in here. I hope people will start buying it, but... I wonder if it will actually show up in family houses. So let me just take a quick look here. If somebody comes in and buys some, so this guy might buy some. Yep. He's buying goods. He's buying earthenware. Now I want to go find his house. Oh, yeah, you can see it in their screen if they actually have earthenware. Now, I wonder how long this will last. Oh, and it's already gone. Okay, so they buy it, put it in their house, and now it's gone. So how long will it then, like, last or something? Will they just go out and buy it again because, you know, they bought it? Or how does that work? I wonder how the game calculates it. Like, how long will it be good? How long before they need new ones? Don't forget, folks, stay safe in this hot weather. Stay hydrated. Keep your liquid intake high. Maybe grab a cold one from the fridge if you can. Yep, just put a cold bottle of water in your fridge and take it if you can. And of course, if you're a road dog, have a beer. Alright, here we go. This one is for the output. So I am going to put in the earthenware here, and we'll just fully stuff it to the brim. Two ladies should be able to keep up with that, and some carts. And then this one will be for the glaze mostly, because we have the fuel and the clay already here, so we don't have to store that. So we'll just put glaze in here, and every time we can, we will import more glaze and make sure to get it in. Now, one thing we haven't checked yet, see, our production of food increased with 1,000 last year, which is not enough. So it might be by the end of the year. Yeah, we're still good for now. We still have some in store at the end of the year. We actually have more in store than last year by now. It's almost the end of the year, but we might still run into issues because we also imported some. But with the extra farm that we have now... Oh, there's actually an extra field that we can set up already. But with the extra farm that we have now, we should be able... no, this one should be hooked up to this one, yes. To make some more food. I also want to get some more wheat. And I think we can probably do wheat, and then hemp, and then another wheat, and then another hemp, and then a fallow field. Let's try this rotation now. See if that works too. We'll figure it out. I'm not sure if it will work, but we're just going to try it out. Messenger from Dekachi. Alright, can we buy some more flour? Just a bit, but I want to be sure that we don't run out of food anymore. Let's buy some fish. Potatoes spoil, and we still have 35,000 potatoes, so yeah, I'm going to skip on the potatoes for a little bit. Let's sell some more charcoal. We still have 11,000, so money is good. Money is good. It is pity you're forced to use glaze and earthenware, but can't use more historically common milk with potage. I don't know. I have no clue about that stuff, Vladimir. I guess you do. But since the developer is quite big on historical accuracy, I guess this is at least something that they used. But I don't know. Maybe also this is easier to put into the game than more different sources or whatever. I don't know. I mean, milk and potage are already in the game, so you just need a place where you can turn milk and potage into, I guess, a product that they would use in the earthenware, or... Well, you know, something that I would really enjoy in the game would be different recipes for things. So let's say... This is just hypothetical, so don't shoot me if I say something stupid, but... Like, let's say pottery using milk and potage is more fragile than pottery that is made with glaze. Then you have the option to make pottery with milk and potage, but it will decay quicker, it will get lost quicker, so people will need to buy it earlier again. But you need maybe less resources to make it or whatever. And then you can also switch later to glaze, which might be harder to get. You need a bigger industry to get it. But at the same time, it will last longer. So people will need to buy less. So you need less people to actually, you know, make it and keep it good. And also, there's a bonus to later on switching to using glaze or something like that. And I would like something like that in a game like this, where, you know, we start off with simple iron tools. And then maybe at a later stage you can add an extra component which strengthens the iron, so you need less of it to make a certain product or whatever. So, so that you get like something of a way to evolve in this game, where you can use different recipes to make something, both having their benefits and their downsides, while they're all historically accurate. I don't know, something like that would appeal to me, I think. It is Friday, so I will open the can my friend gifted me. Jack Daniels mixed with Coca-Cola I prepared. I might get mouthy. Oh boy. I wouldn't even accept that from an enemy. Wow, why is that so bad, Roadhog? Why, tell me, why, tell me, why? Now we want to know why that's bad. I mean, I don't know. I don't drink, so I have no clue why Jack Daniels with Coca-Cola is bad. Even don't drink Coke, so I don't know. Transportation-wise, we're still quite okay. We do get some more cart views lately, so that is something, but still we're pretty good. Alright, potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes, buckwheat, something like that. We'll just do next so that we don't get all the fields at the same time. Let's activate it. We should be getting a lot more buckwheat and potatoes now. That's good. That is good next year. And we're already in January, so that should not take too long anymore. Now everything is set up here. We have the extra potter, so let's do apply to all and apply to all. Then this one should also be starting to make some earthenware. Rum cola shylits, every taste flaw in each rum and cola used. What is shylits? Or rum cola highlights every taste flaw in each rum and cola used. So if there is a taste flaw in any of that, you will really taste it because you mix it? This pre-mixed crap tastes like poop. Not fun to drink. It's for lazy, tasteless people. Oh, maybe I should start drinking that. Highlights then big fingies. Okay, it has an aftertaste of ether. Okay, so why you like it so much then? I don't know. I just have my water out here and it's fine. Ooh, we still have some food issues out here. Let's check the market stall. Buckwheat, potatoes, dried fruit, and cheese. We're out of dried fruits, I think, already, which is a problem. And we still have some flour here. Not sunflower, but some flour. Yeah, we have okay buckwheat and potatoes, though. So it should get solved at some point, I guess. This one already... Yeah, this one is now already all set too. I do think we're going to need some houses in this area too, though, to maintain all the industries here. Plus, the border is only all the way over here. So, if we can build a few houses here, and then, you know, get more like orchards and just chop all the trees, might not be a bad thing. So, you know, let's work on that a little bit. And I guess having more houses next to the shoreline and all here will not be too bad. Okay, now I want houses with a porch. All houses here need a front porch. That's kind of it. Let's just switch around until we find the right house. Let's rotate this one already a bit. Yep, let's rotate this a bit. Of course, this has no market stalls, so the people are already complaining about it. But we'll fix that. We can probably just do the market out here then. And we might even be able to store some of the dried fruits in here then once they're ready. But yeah, this can be the marketplace then for these people. Let's go a bit like this for the marketplace. And then we'll do a firewood stall here too. Because, you know, that's just a nice stall. There we go. Need to build it though. Let's build that first so that we get this up and running. These should all get out of the way because they need to get working. And now with all these buildings in the way, they won't be working. Because, bet, if you take good cola without aspartame and good rum, it is quite a drink. Ah, okay. So as long as you get the good stuff, then it's a nice drink. But if you take the cheap cola and all, then it won't be a good drink and you won't really enjoy it or something like that. Okay. Thanks for sharing. I do not like it. It was first time now I tasted it. Maybe I will not be mouthy. This will go into the toilet, I think. Ah, so you were all excited about having a nice drink because you got something nice from a friend. And now you put the friend on the enemy's list because he gave you a bad drink. Okay, interesting. Nice. Alright, let's put dried fruits in here. Not that we're going to sell that anytime soon because we don't have dried fruits. But it'll be okay. Did these have... No, these didn't have any food. Okay. Now, let's put in buckwheat, potatoes, some flour, and earthenware. Let's sell earthenware. La 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 la. There we go. Did we do that here too? Not yet. There we go. Alright, so these can now all stock up and get ready. We'll get the granary, we'll get the firewood stall, and then they can start to build a few houses here. And that can help out making sure that there's people in here soon to work. After all, a through Viking. Skål. And I will not give him the pleasure to ask him why I gifted to me. I can hear his laugh already. Ah, so he probably knew what he was gifting you. Alright, alright, interesting. It gets more and more fun and interesting by the minute, this whole story. Alright, dried fruit. You know what, let's do 5,000. No, that's too much. Let's do 2,500 buckwheat, 2,500 potatoes and flour. Well, we can probably do 500 flour because we don't have a lot of flour. 2,500 dried fruits. And that's pretty much what we're going to sell here, needing of the granary. Let's put 2 workers in the granary that can start to stuff it. And then go like this. Then laborers can help out. We have plenty of people available to do labor jobs, so that should be good. Let's get somebody into the firewood stall. And that should be able to be filled up quickly too. Now I am most afraid to go blind. I actually never really... I mean, I know the stories that you can get blind from booze. But I never really understand the whole science behind it. Like, what would make you turn blind? What's the scientific reason that from some bad booze you go blind? Is it like the alcohol damages a nerve? Or does it make like a certain toxin that will just specifically target your eyesight? How does that work? And I know I can Google it, but I'm a little bit busy streaming at the moment, so I won't be doing that right now. It's that bad, Cooper. Use it. Strip paint. I can explain it, but not gonna type it. It would take the whole stream and chat. Ah, okay. So it's a very long story. So it's not as simple as bad booze makes this or makes like product X, which is bad for this, and that's why it destroys. Okay, well, I'll just Google it after the stream then, I guess. Because it's... I like interesting facts and stuff like that. Like, how does that work and how does it go? So... I'm always fascinated to learn new stuff. Alright, we're getting there with the trees for the orchard. There's only 3 left to be chopped, which is good news. Not gonna get all the fields ready in time, but... See, there's a big chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 fields. No, 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, 9 fields are now ready to already be used. So this farm will work. Will get us extra food in at some point. In 2 years, we get 2 orchards that grow. Third one is on the way, and we can build a few more if we get all the houses and stuff up here. The forestry is now up. Let's get some people in here to do their job. If there is methanol forming spiritus, it damages your brain. Ah, okay, but does it damage like your whole brain? Or does it damage specific parts or receptors or whatever? That's why you lose like your eyesight. So, you know, what's the specific reason that when people do that, they lose their eyesight and, I don't know, not their hearing or sensitive stuff or whatever. So how does it work that it targets specifically your eyesight? If I pour this down the toilet, I'm sure alarms and red lights will start blaring and flashing when it reaches the treatment plant. Alcohol content, anything over 100% proof. Okay. Well, this is still working out. I really need... These are already 19 years old. This town is getting old. Wasn't really realizing it, but this town is really getting old already. We are already 23 years into the game. 1,300 people. We have a new barber surgeon, so that's okay. At least that worked out. And we're still making beer. So that's good. And we're not yet through with the barley and the hops. So now this is finally working out that this guy can work all year round. Which is what we wanted. And we now have 6,000 beer. Yes, we can sell some warm clothing. Well, we can probably also start to sell some beer soon. It'll probably piss off Roadhog if we start to do that. But we actually could, because we have so much now, not even Roadhog can drink it. 6,000 beer. Yep, the whole brain, just the part responsible for sight, is the most sensitive. Ah, okay, so it targets your whole brain, but since the part where your eyesight is so sensitive that as soon as that gets like slightly damaged, it will just immediately remove your eyesight. And then afterwards you'll get damage to other parts as well. But just later, because those areas are like kind of stronger, I can take a bit more damage before you actually get the effects from it. Okay. It's like drinking bad beer that gives you a hangover, but that times 1,000. Well, I never had a hangover, so I don't know about that, but I take your word for it. I'm not gonna try it. Believe me. I'll be on the safe side. How many schools do we have? 2. Okay, so we have 2 schools. Might be time for another school soon. I mean, we're good probably on the educated. Can we actually see how many educated people we have? Educated adults, 223. Well, you know, we have a village of 1,300. If this was a modern day village, then we would not have enough educated people to fill all the managing positions, because nowadays there's more managers than actually working people. But luckily that's not the case, so these 200 managers will be fine. We have plenty of managers. We're good for a while. Okay, most of the plowing is done. This one will remain. No, this one also needs to be plowed. This one, oh, all fields need to be plowed. Oh, that's good. This one's going to get plowed now. This one too. So soon all fields will be plowed, and then they can just start to hire people and make sure that everything gets done. Now, I didn't set that farm up for the higher prices for the laborers as we did on the other. So let's do apply to all now. So that this one will now also have a higher chance of hiring laborers as soon as the sowing season starts, which is pretty good. An ox is replaced by the cow manager. That's good. Sorry, bad cough there, but luckily I turned the audio off. More probable it will dissolve some parts of sewers and then contaminate the ground. Oh, wow. But if you like pour alcohol in your sewer and all, won't it just, you know, while it travels through the whole pipe system, it's usually not completely filled up pipes, you know? So that's probably from when it gets from to your house to like the bigger pipes around your streets and all. But as soon as it hits the bigger pipes, won't it really already start to, like, first of all, get dissolved a lot, and then also the alcohol will just get airborne, so it will, the airborne will get out quickly, and then it will just be, I don't know, sugar from the cola and all that stuff that will be in. I wonder if you can really detect a lot of the alcohol or anything once it gets to the treatment plant. I think most of it will be already out of it. Okay, so 2 more houses on the way. These are all filled up with married people. They've had plenty of examples, but they're still getting married. So apparently they're doing a good job getting married in this town. They really enjoy it. Right, let's get some extra houses here. Now we can probably fence them off soon, which will be nice. So that we can give them some custom fencing. There we go. Let's go start with some custom fencing. Now the easiest way to do that is just go in steps like this. So now there won't be a back alley, but this is it. And then we just go like this and like that. I should probably leave an opening here for them to get to their house. That might be helpful. So it will be kind of fenced off, but not completely. So they can still walk here. But it will also be somewhat fenced off. Then we'll also have to give them some benches and all, you know, to sit and relax and stuff like that. But at least it give them something of an idea that they also have a garden and some, well, not really privacy because these fences don't offer any privacy. But, you know, still, it's the idea. It's the idea that counts. Let's give them a few trees here and there. Probably should put in some benches soon as well, so that we don't forget that. At least we do get some greens in already, which is all. Sometimes I even forget about that, so getting this in already is good. Let's get a few benches on the water side, so that people, you know, can really sit here and... Oops, have to hold shift, of course. So that they can just enjoy Watching... No, not the boats, because the boats can't reach here because of the stone walls, but still. They're already sitting here, so they're enjoying themselves. Toxic. Even small amounts of methanol can cause blindness or death. Deceptive. It smells and tastes much like ordinary alcohol, making it hard to tell the difference. Ah, okay. So you cannot taste the difference, but you can literally see the difference, because if you start to lose your eyesight, then it was the bad stuff. Interesting. The body. When you ingest wood alcohol, formic acid forms in the body, damaging nerves and organs. What's wood alcohol? No, acid, Cooper. Aldehyde. The same used in preserving the dead. Isn't that formaldehyde? I don't know. Good test for alcohol is put it on a spoon and light it. Does it burn mostly yellow? It's bad. If it burns mostly blue, it's good booze. Oh, interesting. And why? What makes the different? Well, I guess blue is when it burns properly. So, you know, it gets really burned up well. There's no bad stuff in it. There's enough oxygen and the fuel source is pure. And I guess when it's yellow, then the fuel source isn't pure. That's why it's not giving a full burn. So you get like the yellow flame. Interesting. Okay. I only googled what we call wood alcohol, and that was what Google's tell me. Okay, interesting. Ah, another field ready. We can probably use... Oh, we can use this one as another one for the wheat, but then we have to go hemp, wheat, fallow, and then another wheat, and then hook it up to this one, and activate it. There we go. Formaldehyde and formalin are the same. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's where I get confused sometimes when we're using the same term or a different term for the same thing. Okay. Actually, Kev, I read today, now that we're talking about embalming dead people, that a guy in Britain was arrested a while ago and he was brought to court, and now he got convicted because he was a funeral director. And he didn't do his job very well. So when they checked out his place, there were 23 bodies that were either had to be buried or cremated that were just still there, even though the family thought they were already cremated or buried. And he did mix up a lot of the ashes from people, so people would get the wrong ashes and stuff. And he would put donations into his own pocket and even set up donations for deceased people that apparently weren't able to, like, pay for their own funeral, and then he would just stick all the money in his own pocket and stuff like that. That was a pretty bad guy. Giving my job a bad name. Should not be allowed. You got 20 years. Oh, I didn't really catch up on how much he got. 20 years. Well, even 20 years isn't enough then. 20 years for not burning the body. It was a guy from Hull. Well, I guess he did a little bit more than not just burning bodies or burying them, like giving people the wrong ashes and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's just horrible. Just something that you don't do. Should not slaughter this one because this one needs to be able to replace them. So we need to keep that one. This one's can go. There we go. There was 3 children. Yeah, I read a little bit about it. It was very bad. I can get really pissed about that kind of stuff. For a lot of people, these are like the last things that'll ever happen, that they'll have from their loved ones and all, and you just want things to go right, and then somebody messes up for a little bit of money. It's just crazy. But at least it's good that he got caught and that he was brought to justice, but I mean, what gets you into doing that stuff? I don't understand it. "20 years, which for the misery he has given loved ones should be 50 years. Yeah. Well, it's always tough, of course, with punishment and stuff, because what's a fair punishment and stuff like that. But yeah, it should be pretty bad. But I guess he was like 60-something years old, so 20 years. That might already be that he's never going to see the outside of a prison again. Total of 62 crimes. Yeah, I read that somewhere in the 60s for crimes that he was actually convicted for. So they could prove them and he was convicted for them, which is crazy. "I will not tell you the difference between methanol and ethanol. They both burn blue. To tell the difference, you need to put red hot oxidized copper pieces into it. If it has specific acrid smell, it is bad." Ah, okay. But I guess if you have the whole distilling process and things in the distilling process don't go right, you might still be able to detect the bad booze by burning a spoon of alcohol from it. Because it will still light up, not blue, but different, because there's just other stuff in there that shouldn't be there that doesn't give a full burn. Maybe that's something like that. But there's a little girl here probably going to say goodnight, so I'll be right back. And we're back. Oh, he was 48 years old. Okay, well then he should get a little bit more years in prison, I guess. Alright, let me destroy the trees in here so that they can keep taking care of all the trees. Let me get rid of these rests of trees. There we go. Yes, that's better. That clears the area. But thanks a lot, people, for all the insights and all the interesting knowledge about alcohol and booze and stuff like that. I mean, I don't drink alcohol, but I'm still have an interest in a lot of everyday life stuff. And this is just interesting, knowing about why you get blind if you drink bad booze and all that stuff. I appreciate it. And I know I have a very knowledgeable chat, so I'm always happy to listen to all of you and learn from what you all have to say. So thanks a lot for that. It's really appreciate it. The things that burn yellowish make your hangover worse and make booze cloudy. Ah, okay. Interesting. He had £3 million in his bank account, which was the money for burials. Wow, that's a lot of money. But yeah, of course, there's always bad people around, so glad they caught him. Orchard ready. Good. Let's get workers in. Let's select apples so that they can start to plant. And then once it's done, we still have to wait a while because these two will be turning 1 year in November or December. And then we have to wait another year before we actually get fruit from these two. But at least we are on the way to getting it. And right now it's May. I do see one house with a food issue, but not too widely spread. And if we take a look at resources, we still have 24,000 bits of food stored. So we're not out yet. So, which is pretty good. Means that we are okay for now. Might not last till the point where the harvest starts. So we might get some... oh, we can buy some extra buckwheat. Let's do that. Let's make sure that we get some extra food in. Let's buy the extra glaze. It might be that we get a little bit of food issues before the next harvest again. But I think with the extra farm and look at what it's going to produce... Potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes, potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes. So yeah, we're going to get some very good harvest out of this, hopefully. So that will be really good. And that should hopefully fix most of the issues. Now I'm destroying the logs so that they can just keep getting logs from this place. And this one too. And we should be okay. More and more houses get built here too. Talk about crime. Yesterday, blueberry picker from Poland created a forest fire. 3 fire departments and 2 helicopters fought the fire all day yesterday. Yeah, it's... Well, you know, you have to thank capitalism for people getting more and more selfish, all in for the money and stuff like that, so... As it goes with a lot of good stuff, they also have their bad sides. Okay, how much iron do we have right now? 1800. Okay, so we do produce serious amounts of iron at the moment, which should last us through the next winter, and then we can do this whole process again. So we get okay iron, I like it, and these can keep producing all the time. We have plenty of laborers to do all the jobs around town that need to be done. Just outside the village I live in, if wind were being the other direction, big parts of the village would have taken fire. Yeah, forest fires are pretty dangerous. The thing with socialism and Catholicism is the same. There were bad people in power who went unchecked and now they're all painted. Well, the thing is mostly that a lot of things are painted black or white. And the world is not black and white. Nothing is black and white. That's the whole thing. Everything, that's what amazes me so much about the world. That whatever you can think of, it comes in a spectrum. So... there's not like white people, black people. There's a whole spectrum ranging from very light-skinned to very dark-skinned. There's colors in a whole spectrum. There's diseases in a whole spectrum. There's everything in life comes in a spectrum. And that amazes me so much about things. And that's why I guess that sometimes the world can be very confusing, and so we try to make things easy by making a lot of things black and white, and then we can put it into like good and bad stuff, and then that makes life easy for us. And then if people are more right-leaning, if you talk politics, then of course everything that's more left-leaning will be put into the communist socialist part, and then we can deem that as bad, and then those people are all bad. And if you're a little bit more left-leaning, then people that are a little bit more right-wing are all right-wing extremists, they're all racist, and then we can all name them bad. And that's happening everywhere. Empowered by social media and all that stuff, because that all thrives on hate and bad stuff. So I think we should really go back to appreciating the spectrum, that there is a lot on the spectrum, and there's a lot of different things, and that's all good. And I sometimes long to the days where I could just have a different opinion than one of my friends, and we all laughed about it, and it was good, and we appreciated each other for it. And nowadays, more and more people, if you have a different opinion on it, things are turned black and white, and if you are not exactly having the same opinion as somebody else, then you're put into the other side, and then you're bad, and everything's wrong, and stuff like that. And that just leads to hate and all bad stuff. And that's not one side that's doing it to the other, that happens everywhere. And why do we all need to think the same? And if somebody thinks differently, we have to hate them and be bad about it. And, you know, that's... I don't understand it, why we all want that. Because basically we don't have to do it, but we all do it. Or at least a lot of people do it. Even though we think we don't, we still do. So even people that are like, ooh, you know, I'm a flower power, happy. But then when it comes to something that goes to their heart, whether it is immigration, whether it is climate change, whether it is whatever, then all of a sudden we all start getting into our own little cubicle, and everybody that's not in that cubicle having the same mind is still bad, and we put them away. And then I think words matter. So, you know, people that are not having the same political thoughts as you are not far right-wing or communist or whatever. They just have a different opinion on things, and there's nothing wrong with that. Even though it's different, it might be different from where you would like to see your country go, where you would like to see your life go, where you would like to see society go, whatever. But it doesn't have to be bad or wrong. It's actually enriching, but it's also a little bit insecure, because, you know, if there's more people that think differently than you, then it might be that society heads on that specific topic a little bit different than you would like to see it. But that doesn't mean it's a threat to you. It doesn't mean that those people will come after you and start beating you up if you don't believe the same as they do. They're just different. There's a lot of people around me in my own hometown that's different than me, and I don't have to be afraid of them. They don't have to be afraid of me. We won't hurt each other. And that goes for like 95% of all people. So, you know, we should just be not calling people out on their beliefs, not calling people out on their ideas. We should listen to each other, try to understand why somebody thinks what they think or feels what they feel, and that's it. Just be nice to each other. So, that was my rant. Now, let's keep going to build the town. We are building a few houses here. It's going pretty well. This is all ready, so we can take these ladies out for at least another 2 years again. Might have to get some extra cow barns. That might also help. We still have only the 4 that we started with, as far as I know. Let me check. Yep. I think we can get a bunch more now in this area. And then people from here, and from here can work there. And we can get a lot more meat and shoes and all that stuff. So I think that will actually be a good deal. Let's build a road here. The 80s were beautiful. They had beautiful aspects and some less beautiful aspects. You know, every time has the same thing. By the way, about black and white, did you know Europe have become white-skinned only in the late Bronze Age? Yeah, but even between Europe, there's differences and all that stuff. So, I don't know. I don't care about that stuff. We're just who we are. I believe that our right to freely make use of nature is violated when poles and ties come here solely to pick berries that are actually intended for those of us who live to harvest freely. No social media. Well, I kind of agree on the no social media thing. I think the internet still has a lot of potential and has a lot of good things. And especially in the beginning, community, in the beginning, I think Facebook was more of a community thing. So there were people out there, like me, who were a bit weird. So we didn't really have real-life friends. We didn't really fit in with people. And then online you could find other people that were kind of similar. And, you know, you could hang out a bit and talk a bit and, you know, share some experiences. And that was it. And I think that was actually, for some people, a very good thing. Although I would still much more appreciate people going out on actual real-life good stuff that would actually benefit you and all. But I think it could have some good potentials. But the whole thing with social media is and all research shows that it's just bad for you. It targets specifically young people with their not evolved brains yet. It makes them... they have very high risk for addiction. That's what these things are built for, to get you hooked onto it. They will just make you lonely. And since the modern social medias are here, we see exactly that year is the start of a lot more suicides on the young people, a lot more people feeling lonely, a lot of people feeling very bad, and they do it knowingly, just for profit, which is really, really bad. But that's a whole other rant for a whole other stream. But yeah, I would agree. We should at least limit social media, and especially for kids. You have to make sure your kit gets to the point where their brain is so much ready. Like in puberty, their brain is just switching so much, and we know already quite a lot about it, at least to after the point where their brain can be way less affected by it, which is like after 16, 17, 18, depending on the kid. Then the brain is way less affected by it. You should at least make sure that they don't have social media until that point. Because all the rest, it's just really bad for them. Okay, there we go. Let's activate it. I don't know, they probably cannot do anything with it, but still. Alright, these are all working now. Oh, we can still do a hemp here, by the way. No, we should do hemp and then weed. Alright, let's see. This is the best yet so far. Nice. It's a difference between pick berries and harvest berries. Ah. Good rant, loved it. Ah, that's why. That's why I liked your limit screen time to a little one. Well, you know, actually, the interesting thing is, I've been doing some research on it lately. So, it's not so much that screen time isn't that good for your kid. Of course, it's not good. So if they sit behind the screen 8 hours a day, that's really bad for them. But it's actually not really bad for their brain if every now and then you put them behind the screen and they watch like a good movie for like an hour, hour and a half, and then they turn off the screen. That's not bad for their self-esteem. That's not bad for their development. That's not bad for who they are. It's actually a nice form of relaxation, and it actually has a few stimuli in their brain that's actually good for them. That doesn't mean that you have to put them behind the screen 8 hours a day, but it's not so much as in the screen. But it is the whole social media thing that is really bad for them. So it's also not about making sure your kid doesn't have a phone. It's about giving them a normal phone, for instance, so that they can actually call a friend. If your kid calls friends and has real life, because even calling is a real life activity, that's actually really good for them. But even though kids think that they have interactions on stuff like Instagram and all those social medias, that's not interaction. You don't have an interaction with other people, not one-on-one, and it's not good for you. And it's the same with things like group chats and all that stuff. So, you know, they have a classroom chat and all that stuff. That's all not good for them because it is not one-on-one social interaction. So whether you go outside and you talk face-to-face to a friend, or whether you call them on the phone or even FaceTime them, that's all fine. That's actually good for them to learn from, to get socially interactive, to be busy with that. That's all good for them. So you should not be controlling that. But the actual time on social media, making them just, you know, really not happy, is what you should limit. The same as letting your kids free. It's so important to let them experience the world. And I know it's very hard because I am a parent. And you know, the first time little one was going to school alone on her bike, it's a 10-minute bike ride straight through our town. There's no traffic lights and stuff. She has to get past a few heavy traffic crossings with no traffic lights and all. She just has to make sure that she's safe. It makes you really anxious, and you get like, oh man, I hope I don't get a call from whoever that something went wrong and stuff like that. It is hard, but you have to do it because that's how they learn and how they become independent children. And of course, nowadays, it's more common to not do that stuff and to just helicopter your kid and make sure nothing happens. But it does really increase the suicide rate among kids, because once they finally get into the real world, they just run into problems and they never learned anything. And it's really bad for them. And I do fully understand how hard it is and that it's not easy. And, you know, sometimes it's easy to say, oh, you should just let them go and you should just do this. It's not always that easy, but you have to force yourself into... I think that's the whole thing about parenting. You want to get your kid ready for the time that they leave your house and they leave the safety of you and go into the real world. And that sometimes goes at your own expense. So yes, I will be tense a couple of hours, not knowing whether she actually got safe to school and whether all is well. But that's the price I have to pay to get my kid to be independent, to explore the world, to make mistakes on its own and then learn from it. But it is tough, but it's very necessary. I just knocked on my neighbor's door and gave him the Jack Daniels and Coke. He grimaced and said it would probably go down okay. Well, at least you found a way to get rid of it. But this stream is getting way too serious for now. Although I actually do like it, you know, when we can talk about serious stuff. I mean, sometimes chat's just about fun, and sometimes it's very serious, and I do really enjoy it, and I do really appreciate you all, and happy that you're all here. Ooh, I think we should actually let's pause for a second. Come on, let's pause for a second. Let's empty this one out, and then destroy it. Yes, so that we can build hay barracks here, because we also need to store the hay somewhere. And this might be a good spot to actually store all the hay that we're producing now for all these cows. So here we go. Hey, Wrinkled Egg! Good to see you. How are you doing? Hope you're all good. It's Friday. Be happy, people. Well, it's already Friday evening. 8 now here, so my Friday is almost over. But yeah, I'm happy about it. Are you off work now, Saf Simmer? But all's good here, Wrinkled Egg. How are you doing? That's the fun of being here. You never know where it's going. That's true, that's true. And we talked about booze, so we got you all excited. I am, yes. Ah, that's nice, that's nice. Good, 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 good. It is blackmail time. You enjoy your blackmailing, Vladimir. You can do it. We know you're a pro by now in blackmailing, so have fun with it. Blackmail them into cleaning. Alright, all of the new cow sheds are up. Apply to all and apply to all. These already have some stuff in. These two, this one not yet, and this one also not yet. So these two we cannot put any cows and stuff in, but these we already can. So let's get working on that. Let's sell a little bit of clothing. Let's buy a little bit of flour just to make sure we have that. And then I'm going to pause for a second because we have to move some of the animals around. Now, we have enough bulls in this one, so we can move a bull to this one, and we can move a bull to that one. And then I will move 2 cows into this one, and then we'll take cows from the other ones. There's already 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1 in here, and then we'll go to this one. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So these 2 should still be empty for a while, but these 2 should now get a bull and 5 cows each, so they can start to produce, which will be good. Guess he didn't watch the stream of Wifey. I usually don't watch it when Wifey streams because, hey, that's my evening off, so I just take my time off. Sometimes I'm in the same room, though, so I do hear her talk, and sometimes I look a bit or shout something. But yeah, I probably missed something then, I guess, if I don't get the reference or anything. If you have multiple of the same building and decide to increase the job capacity, does the apply to all include the job capacity, or must you set that separate? No, if you have the first thing is, if you want to use the apply to all button in conjunction with the people in it and want to have it effectively changed immediately, you need to have seasonal hiring active. So let's say these are all empty now. Let's say I want to put a worker in there. You can see there's 5 workers in here, or at least they try to hire them. There's none in here now. If I click this one and I now do apply to all, click, you will see that now this one will try to hire 5 people, this one will try to hire 5 people. So it does apply to all buildings, and it does apply with the amount that I set. Now these don't need 5 people, so I'm going to take these out. But now it does apply to all the buildings in terms of also the active people. If seasonal hiring is not active, it doesn't work that way. So then I can set how many people I want in there. But if I do apply to all, they won't immediately start hiring as well. They will only hire if you click it manually then. But let's say I have 4 workers and I want 5 in all. I only have to add 1 in this one, then do apply. Oh, we can test it. You can see these all have 5 workers. If I now go into this one, I take out 1 worker and I do apply to all. You will now see this one will only have 4 workers, this one will only have 4 workers, and so on. And again, if I click to have an extra one and I do apply to all, they will all start to hire that extra worker again. So once seasonal hiring is active, it works for all buildings if you do apply to all. Oh, you're forgiven. I'm banged up in hospital. Oh, really? What happened? So you're not doing that well. Well, that's probably why you're in hospital. What happened? 2? Oh, I'm very sorry, people. Wifey wants to ask a question, so she'll have to talk into the mic. But the question is for me, but you can all listen to it.
How many workers do you usually do in the cow shed?
How many workers do you usually put in the cow shed? Well, the thing is, you can put in 1 worker, and it's probably able to manage it, but the amount of milk produced is directly correlated to the amount of workers that you have in your cow shed. So workers actively go out to get the milk. So the more workers you have, the more milk you produce. Now, of course, it's also related to the amount of cows you have in. So if you have only 1 cow and you have 5 workers in it, you will probably get almost the same amount of milk as when you have only 1 worker. But when you have a full cow shed, per worker, it adds an amount of milk that you can get. So with 1 worker, you get only 1/5 of the amount that you can get when you have 5 workers. So it really helps to fill it out with workers so that you get as many workers in as possible. And a little bonus tip is to do keep workers in it. Otherwise you get another Cow-mageddon because your cows will die because there will be nobody feeding and giving them water.
Thank you, Kevin.
Right, this one is now stuffed too. This one too. So we could even get more animals to go to another barn. So let's go with that. We have a bull to spare, so let's go to that one. And then we'll do a few more cows. 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Oh, we have a lot of bulls to slaughter by now. Let me pause for a second. Then we can get rid of... Oh, this one should keep the bulls, but it can also have 1 more cow to go there. Here we have another bull to slaughter and another cow to go. Alright, well, we'll see. I need to keep up with chat because chat's going fast now. Let's see. To say it once, I love all you peeps. Right, left, right, brown, blue, yellow, or red. Thank you for being part of this chat. And we love you too, Rodo. But very true, we love you all. Maybe you get in the same box at the same time? What then, Cooper? Oh, I ordered a chicken and an egg from Amazon today. I'll let you know. Well, if they're smart, they put the egg into the chicken and then in the box. That saves space. Or maybe you get one of those toys where they stuff the chicken into a little egg that you have to pop open and then you get the chicken out. They still get you both, so you know, you never know. Don't worry, Wrinkle, watching this stream just makes things better. I hope so. I hope so. Did I answer your question, the Staff Simmer? But yeah, hope it's something that you can get well from soon. Wrinkled egg, because being in hospital is not nice. So hope things get better soon. And that it's nothing too serious. Alright, these are now 1 year old. So we have to wait another year. And then the next summer we're gonna get some stuff out of it. That'll be good. Alright, another cart shit. That's why I'm here. But still, growing my own very small channel would be no see, but has to wait, no content for now. Ah, yeah. Well, hopefully you get out of the hospital and back up to working on your channel soon. You know what? Let's give you a little boost. If you want to see some more Ostriv content, people, visit Wrinkled Axe channel. There'll be more Ostriv content on it. And, you know, show him some love and support. That'll be very nice. So, visit Wrinkle's Axe channel. Link is in the chat. Give him a subscription. And hopefully, soon enough, he will be better after the accident. And out of the hospital, back making content. He has beautiful nurses, he said. Should compensate for something. Well, maybe he can get all the nurses to subscribe to his channel and... Messenger from Barvin Cove. Let's buy... no buckwheat, because we have plenty for now. Let's buy up the glaze. Want more glaze? I think we're probably already quite good on the earthenware. Let's check it out. We have the earthenware area. Look at this. And we already have 10,000 earthenware. Oh, wow. Okay. We're fully stuffed on earthenware. Now, I haven't set up all marketplaces to really sell it already. So it might be time to adjust this little marketplace, since we don't have dried fish anyway, to sell some earthenware. We're not making hemp oil anymore, so let's sell some earthenware. I don't think I actually build a storage really close in here to store stuff like that. But they can just get it from over there. That should be okay. Let's at least try and sell a little bit more earthenware. How much did we sell last year? That's, of course, a good question. We already sold, stored, and we're only selling 1,600. And we made 16,000 last year. Okay, well, you know. We'll see. Greg Ian. It's the Greg or Ian calendar. That's a good one, Cooper. That's what I really like. That's good. Loving this town. It combines G along nicely. Love the starting circle. Yeah, it turned out nicer than I actually expected. So, yeah, I like this town. It's pretty nice. Although, I really must say that the transport series that I'm doing, I really enjoy because it really works. Also in this town we tried to do more transportation and it actually works. If you remember after the update where all the icons appeared, when we play my old saves, you could clearly see that I did not have enough carts and we get a lot of icons popping up all the time about carts. And it really gave me the incentive to start building more carts. And since we do that, we actually do better and towns have better transportation, things go faster. So I really do like it. And I think the game is developing very, very well. It's really nice. So I'm very happy with it. But yeah, for you, Wrinkled Egg, we just hope that you get well really soon. And then we can watch your content again. Will you also be doing some live streaming at some point? Of course, there's no multiplayer in Ostriv, so we cannot do a combined stream, but... maybe we could do a challenge at some point where we build... we get a challenge and we have to build a certain looking town or whatever. Could always be fun. Alright, these are now working out. We now have some potash in store. We have tallow, a little bit of lye. Not gonna lie, it's not enough lye, but okay. It's not a lie, so... yeah. I'm just gonna stop making potash for a while. That might be the solution. And then we'll put this on 0. And then that should work out so that we don't... we just get lye now for the soapworks, because we do have the tallow. And with the soapworks, I think we have to build a storage here so that we can also store the tallow in here. You know, there's place in this one for tallow. That's the thing. Let's just do that. Let's just store 2,500 tallow in here. That should work out. Now the messenger, well, we can sell some more warm clothing because we have plenty. How much beer? We have 10,000 beer in town now. I wonder, it's November, so I don't think the trader will come in anytime soon. So even though we can set stuff up, he will not get here anytime soon. See, trade by delivery suspended until the next spring. But that gives me time to load up the beer, and then we can sell at least a bit of the beer. Because we have so much beer already that our storages are getting full. See, this one still has a lot of beer in as well. We'll have to do something with it. 4.5 weeks, no use of lags, and a rehabilitation period of 6 to 9 months. Sure love to do a challenge. Wow, that's a long period. But I do sincerely hope for you that during that 6 to 9 month rehabilitation period, there will be opportunities for you to, you know, make videos and all. I guess at some point you'll be able to like sit for a while and stuff like that. Or will that not? Yeah, it would be. I guess that would be possible at some point. Alright, let's hook this one up to this too. And then we have 3 fields now with this. Do we already have? Yeah, let me do another one with this. We'll just leave it fallow this year, and then we'll go to wheat, hemp, wheat, and hemp. Let's activate it. There we go. Oh, this one is completely filled up already. So there's so much stuff in here now, they cannot empty it out anymore. Still a lot of harvest laying around. What I'm going to do now is tell all of my granaries to be able to use labor work to get emptied out. So that they can take stuff from this one, because otherwise this one will not get emptied out and they cannot pick everything up from the fields. This one did a good job. There's no more stuff laying on the fields. Same here. Same here. And there's still stuff laying on the fields here, but this one isn't filled, so that's good. They can still take it off. Do you not need potash to make lye, or is it opposite? It's the opposite. You need ash, then they turn that into lye, and then you make the potash. And we need the potash for glass, and we're not making glass yet, so that's what we don't need yet. So we can just focus on making the lye so far. But yeah, it is a serious challenge for you, Wrinkled Egg, but I know you can do it. Just keep your hopes up and work for it, and you'll get there, hopefully. And then maybe at some point we can also do an Ostriv challenge. That would be fun. It's early September. I'll probably be able to sit at a computer. Ah, okay. Well, you know, that's a month from now. So hopefully things go well and you recover and rehabilitate at a good pace. And then at least hopefully soon then you can start to think about, you know, working on your channel and all. And then who knows what can come from it. That would be nice. At least also then, you know, you have something to, besides rehabilitation to work on and to do. So that could be hopefully something. And hopefully you can grow your little channel then. So again, people, if you haven't done so, click on the link that I posted in the chat. And make sure you check out Wrinkled Egg's channel for more Ostriv content as well. I do see more transport icons, so I think we need to up our game with carts a little bit. That's a granary. That's not the right thing. Here we go. Let's put up a few cart sheds. Cart alley is this. This is cart alley. I wish sometimes that, you know, we could give street names and all that stuff. I think that can be fun. But yeah, that's not in the game, of course. But it would be nice if you can just put a name over a street or put up a sign or whatever, just for fun's sake, so that you give the idea of something being like a street or whatever. So the simple fracture healing with the cast was not an option. Ah, so you really also have to like hold still then and all to make sure that it heals properly, and then they can do something with it. Ox needed. Well, this is where the ox is, so I think they picked it up already, probably. We do have a manager that would be able to do that. Or is the manager not working? Ah, she's going to work. So as soon as the manager is in, that should be fixed. I do not need potash to make... Oh, that Barvin Cove pays good for potash. Yeah, but money is okay. We have 8,000 and I'm not... I haven't never really played Ostriv for money. So I just want to build a fun town and have everything work out. And I don't really care about making a lot of money. Which I know a lot of people actually play Ostriv to just make money with a big town, which is interesting because I never really thought of the game like that. I just like the whole city building. Which is also why at some point right now I'm not really enjoying the Memoria Polis very much. Yesterday a new episode came up and I have to make another one for next week, but I'm kind of getting bored with it because I have so little influence over the actual town building. All I have to do is build a few resource buildings and I can place a few special buildings. And then I have to deal with factions that want to buy certain areas. But there's not a lot I can do. There's not a lot I can change. The research tree is all railroaded. So, you know, you just go to the next research, to unlock a little upgrade for your resource building. That's it. I don't really probably understand the game, I guess. So maybe it's my fault. But I'm getting kind of bored with Memoria Polis. It's not really fun. I have no influence over where houses get built and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like a city builder to me at the moment. So I'll have to get a little bit more into it or something, or I'll just abandon it because it's just not a lot of fun. At least not at the moment. And this is a game where I just have tons of fun. It's just so nice to build a cool town and be busy with that, and I like it. Ooh, we're out of salt. Completely out of salt, even with 2 salt works. So we have a goal. We're going to build another salt works area. I have to first find salt in a spot where we can still build up. Now, this is where we have most of the people. So there's a nice salt patch out here somewhere that I can use. Well, this could be a nice patch for salt works. Since we have trees here, we also need a lot of the charcoal or firewood, one of the two, I believe. So let's see. Let's at least build 2 more. I think that'll do now. Let's go check my other saltworks area. What do we have? Ooh, we have the first cart set up. Yay, let's build carts. So we have the saltworks. It needs food, of course, but that's okay. And then charcoal. Yeah, okay. So now it needs charcoal. Charcoal, charcoal, charcoal. Well... Okay, let me just move this one slightly. Let's do the charcoal piles first in the middle now, and then we build the other one. So we'll do 1, 2, 1, 2, and then see if we can build another saltworks here. Yes, we can. All right, that helps with the whole charcoal thing. Then it needs water. So we have to give them a well. 1, 2. They're going to need hay, so we need to provide hay barracks here. But it's just for oxen, 2 oxen. So I don't think they need that much hay, so we can build just 1 here. We also need to provide them with some hay in the area, probably. So let's do that too. Let's build 4 of these. Fence it off a little bit so that it won't get too much invaded by the people. And make sure that we get the max yield out of it. They can still walk past it to all the other places, so that's good. That is no issue. And then we go like this. Okay. And then this will do for a bit. Let's get 1 well up in the barracks so that they can start to fill this up, and then we build the saltworks. And then I think we still have room if we at some point want to get to it to build. See, we can build 1 more here and 1 more here, so we can really make a big salt area if we have to. And then we can even have, yeah, we can even have 4. That's why I'm setting it up like this, so that we have 4 of these buildings soon. That could be nice. Beer Street or Road Dog Alley sounds nice. Yeah, well, that would be fun, you know, if we could put like name tags on certain streets and things like that. I think I would enjoy that, but yeah, it's not in the game. Maybe later. I think I saw yesterday there are birdhouses in game now on Livestream. Oh, they have been here for a long time. The birdhouse, the bell post. They've been in the game for a very long time. I've actually should already have. I don't know if I can see it. See, yeah, I've already built a birdhouse. See, here it is. Here's a little birdhouse. Those have been in the game for a while now. The big arch, the brick arch, is a special building that you can buy to support the developer. So it's a little DLC. But yeah, the little birdhouse has already been into the game for a long time. Never really seen a bird fly in and out of it. So I already have one here. You can see it right here. There's another birdhouse. But yeah, we have those. I've been wanting to start making fits, just haven't found the nuts to do it. Well, you can ask Cooper to send you Fluffy's nuts, and then you have nuts to do it. He recently had Fluffy's cat nuts removed, so who knows? But, you know, you can always just go ahead with it, Saf Simmer, and, you know, have fun with it, and then see what comes from it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. Flip the second salt works for symmetry. Yeah, well... Since I also want to do them opposite from this, I'll probably make sure that these will be flipped. So I will probably not place these like this, but then place them like this, so that we get symmetry this way. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Well, I'm not placing these yet, so... If you don't like it, do the same as I did. Quit. You have time fun of it. Exactly, and you know, if you don't try it, you don't know if you'll enjoy it. And maybe after 2 streams you'll be like, oh man, this is amazing, I wish I've done it earlier. And maybe after 4 videos you'll be like, meh, it's not really my thing, I'm gonna quit with it. But hey, that's all fine. That's all good. You will only find out if it's truly something for you if you try it out, so you better do. Well, we've built a few extra carts and they are immediately in use. There's still places where they ask for some stuff, so it's good that we get more and more carts in. How are we doing on metal parts? 12, so we do need more metal parts now. Because we're just extensively building carts. How many horseshoe do we have? Because we don't need that many of them. 500! Okay, we can just have 1 producing horseshoe. That should do it for now. Today's the 3rd week I'm out of it. Missed a lot of noise. Missed a lot. Today I'm out of it. Missed a lot. Ah. I guess you missed a lot, but I think the birdhouse is already in it for months though. But yeah, it's... There was even a small update yesterday, but I couldn't find a change log, so I don't know what changed. Probably just a little bug fix. Oh, by the way, I was wrong about it. The brick arch is in all games. It's the Patron of the Arch Monument. That is one, that's a small DLC that you could buy in the beginning when the war in Ukraine started to support them. Which I did, so... I'll put up a sneak peek on my cobblestone doing in Ostriv channel, but at the moment it is winter in my town, so the cobblestones cannot be seen. Ah, well, if you want to post a few pictures of it, yeah, that would be nice. And then once it's done, I'll be happy to showcase it on the channel, Coop. Snow is wrong. What's up, chat? The snow is wrong. Yeah, well, it's cold. On the hot days, I really kind of feel like I want the... plant, allow chopping, no, stop chopping in here, only replant and make sure that you chop this. I always forget to keep the rotation going on these. Should probably check it a bit more. What are they doing here? Yeah, this is planted, this should now be chopped, allow chopping, so that they can continue with this one. They immediately go. Luckily we have more foresters, so they do keep up with the whole production, but still. Yeah, this is all good. It's working out. How are you doing, Sirius? Good to see you. Saw your video of Spike climbing a little fence. That was cool. You're gonna have your hands full with that one. Or not Spike, but... Spartapus. You're gonna have your hands full with that one. That should be a lot of fun. Alright, it's now winter time. We still have 2,400, almost 2,500 iron. So our 3 smelters are really keeping up. We just need some more metal parts now. Because of all the carts that we made all of a sudden. That's like 4 times 4, 16 carts. 15 metal parts each. So that's getting big time. Just start, you can decide later if you want to post. But if you want to post, you at least have content. Exactly. And you know, if you're after a few weeks, you're like, I don't think this is something, I don't know. Then, you know, just delete your content and be done with it. Or from your channel. And if at a later date you still want to get into it, just get into it. But, you know, and, you know, the main thing is just have fun at what you do. So you really want to should be able to enjoy making the content and then putting it on. And, you know, if you're lucky and you post stuff and your channel gets found out and people start hyping your videos and all, you can get some growth. It can also take very long. I have this channel for years and years now, and I'm here with 6,200 subscribers, which I'm very grateful for. But of course, a lot of people just hope that, you know, they'll get to like 50,000 in a few months. And there are people that do that, also depending on what you make and how you make it and whether you want to make misleading thumbnails and titles and all that stuff. I don't do that, so I don't get that much exposure for it. But yeah, there's a lot of ways you can do it, but just do it for the fun and just see where it leads and be persistent in it. A lot of people quit way before the point where they, you know, hit like 500 or 1,000 subscribers and where they can monetize their channel and stuff like that, because they just have very high expectations and it doesn't meet up. And I started this with no expectations, and look where it got me already. So, you know, I just really enjoy it. Right, we're getting another saltworks up. And then, yeah, we'll see. My content is with no commentary, just gameplay. Patmos is a chatterbox, I am not. Well, you know, I have to be honest though, in real life, I am not as much as a social chatterbox as I am on here.
Yes.
I'm very well on my own. I love silence. I do talk a lot to myself though, even when I walk outside and all. But I'm not one that goes out to meet other people, you know, or when I'm like going to school picking up a little one, I'm the one that just looks kind of angry at all the parents, so they will not talk to me, which some completely ignore and still talk to me. And of course, I am very capable of just having a nice chat, but I don't enjoy it because it's always the same stupid stuff that they come up with. So I already know what they're going to say, and I don't want to hear it. But yeah, on here I do talk a lot. I don't know, probably the teacher in me that just talks all the time about what he's doing, and I don't know. But I do love it a lot, and I do love you all. That's great. You're just such amazing people. But yeah, go for it, the Soft Simmer. You can do it. Woo! We're rooting for you. Come tell us whenever you are ready to post your first material so we can all watch it. Each their own. Exactly, exactly. If you want to do it without commentary, perfectly fine. I think there might even be people that, you know, turn off the audio in my game so that they can see the gameplay but don't hear me and all my stupid stuff. So, you know, it's all good. And there's people that fall asleep to my voice. There's all these different things. Place the sound of silence. Silence is a virtue, so I'm not very virtuous. Alright, let's do apply to all and apply to all, so that at least we start to get everything in here. And then once that is all set, we can get to oxen in here. Or horses. We can also get horses in here. Cooper, do you know if there is a difference in output between oxen and horses, or is it exactly the same? Introverts unite, together, alone, at home. Exactly. I love it. Home alone. Not the movies, but I just love being home alone with myself and all my friends, which is just me. I'm just all happy then. Me and my happy place. I have no expectations, nor do ladies have any expectations of me. Well, that's probably true, Cooper. But that's why you're always so surprisingly fun. We are not a cult, mostly for tax reasons. Exactly true, Kev. Alright, so we have a little bit of food and water in already. We are getting some hemp seeds in. The charcoal comes in. So I think, how much hay do we have? 60,000. Yeah, we should be good. So I guess we can try and find 2 oxen and put them in. Where? Here they are. Let's see. Yes, this one can be an ox. Oh, come on. Can I not put it in? Why can I not put it in? Okay, so normally once you make an ox, you're able to put it in, right? This is turned into an ox. Or is it too far away? No, draft horse. Oh, they put in a draft horse. Ah, I probably had a draft horse left. Oh, okay. Would that be it then? Oh, that's funny. And are they already bringing another one then? Or should I still get another draft animal then? Let me make another draft horse, because we have plenty of horses anyway. Also have a manager in here, so that's good. People got married. It's March again. Oh, we were out of the food issues. Let me quickly check last year now. For the total food. Production went up even further from 176,000 to almost 200,000. So we are doing better on the food. But I still think we're soon going to need another farm. No rodents. Ah, rodent hunting will be tomorrow. Today was blackmail. Ah, yeah. I hope all the blackmail went well, Vladimir. I do not believe it's any difference, but I'm not sure. Maybe in age they can work there, but I have never used horses in the salt works. Ah, okay. Well, maybe, Vladimir, do you know? I now have a draft horse in here. I do believe the horses need wheat, by the way. So otherwise their health will deteriorate. So we have to get some wheat in here. But do you know if... when you put horses into the salt works, does it have a difference in output compared to the oxen? Or is that all still the same, except you just use a different animal? Probably it won't make a difference, but it would be interesting if it actually made a difference. Alright, the second salt works is up. Let me see if I can... hopefully soon... is the draft horse already picked up here? Yeah, okay, it is picked up because there's no more draft horse in here. So I think they picked it up and probably going to put it in here then. Or are they going to put it in here? Because then it will die. That's not supposed to happen, of course. Do I see a horse anywhere? Somebody walking with a horse? Nope. Yep, there. So you're bringing the horse to hopefully the right cow shed. Horse lady. Do you ever feel like time moves too quickly? No. That's okay. Oh, the horse is moving faster than the lady is. That's interesting. The horse is faster. Okay. Yeah, looks like it's going to the right one. So we'll get 2 draft horses in here. Then might be that we can put the oxen in here. And then we can also tell them to not stuff in the wheat. Wheat, because they don't need it. Only the horses need it. So let me quickly see if I can put that oxen in there that we made. Oh, it's already been out of here. Are they already taking it in then? Oh, that would be fantastic if the oxen is already coming. I kind of want to see that, you know, the oxen is on its way already or something like that. So that you know it's coming. Because you don't see what animal is coming until it's put in. At least that's what's happened with this one. So that should be a thing. No, there's no difference whatsoever for now. As it's just no horse-ox mixing. Ah, okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here comes the ox. So we just need to make another ox. And it will be put in as well automatically. That is something that I like. Alright, thanks Vladimir. That was very helpful. Thank you. Okay, so we got 2 extra salt works at work now. hopefully this will help us to start making a little bit of a stockpile of salt soon. Another row house is being built, so we're getting further and further into closing this up. We have 2 row houses here, so we need 2 more, and then we can close it up. But, my lovely, lovely friends, that will be for soon, but not for now, as we do still have a very small issue here. But there's 3 different types of food here that they can get. There's food in there's food in there, so it's probably just a bad timing. And they will soon be able to get some extra food. But for now, it is time for me to slowly put this little stream to an end. It has been over 2.5 hours already. I was actually quite tired starting the stream, but I got a lot of energy from all the amazing chats I'm having with all of you. So thank you all very much for the fun today. I had a great time. If you want to do me a big pleasure, don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps me out in the algorithm so more people can find my small corner and hopefully subscribe and enjoy my content. And spread some love on YouTube for Ostriv. I hope you all have a great weekend and have a lot of fun. I will be back on Sunday with... is it Farming with Friends this week? I don't think so. I don't think it's Farming with Friends this week, but I'm not 100% sure. I have to check that, actually. I think it's next week. So this Sunday will be Ostriv or Farthest Frontier, or maybe a whole other city builder. I don't know yet. I have to look up into that, what I want to do. And, of course, all content will be coming, so expect more Ostriv. I'm not sure about Memoria Polis, whether I will continue that or not, because, I don't know, something is not feeling right with the game. It's just not as much fun. But there's plenty other city builders if I don't get into Memoria Polis anymore. And if I do, I'll probably make 1 or 2 more episodes to just get a bit further in the game, see if things change and if it actually gets fun or not, but we'll figure that out. If you're in a warm place, stay hydrated, take good care of yourself. And, you know, if you're still in the hospital recovering, please look after yourself. I hope your recovery goes really well. And we would love to see you all very, very soon. And never forget, if you are thinking about getting into YouTube, go ahead and try it. It's always fun. And you can always take it down afterwards if you don't really like it. For now, thanks a lot. See you later. And bye, bye, bye. Thank you, my friends. See you next time.